Good stuff, Johnny. This bout sponsored by Australian Neon Signs. Australian Neon Signs, sponsor for this bout. The bout between current Victorian champions and Australian champions. I apologise, in the last Fist magazine where I worked for, I called Bryce Birtwhistle's gymnasium Lick in the Arse. That doesn't seem, that's not meant to be rude, that's meant to be kick in the arse. Play on words. Okay, 4 rounds, USA rules at super welterweight. Occupying the red corner on my right. Last year won the Victorian WKA welterweight title last April on the Yakuza program. He's won 8 of 11 contests from Frankston with his parents at ringside this evening, scaling 68 kilograms, wearing black trunks with red piping, with Dave Berry and Phil Rossi in the corner. Would you welcome Victorian champion Dean Richard Keady. Across the ring in the blue corner, trained by Bryce Birtwhistle, kick in the Us Gymnasium in Melbourne's East. 11 bouts, 10 wins, wearing Collingwood colours, black trunks with white piping. AFF Victorian and Australian middleweight champion. ISKA Australian super welterweight champion from the Basin, scaling 69.2 kilograms. Polished performer of personification, Dale Westerman. Diamond Dale, Nick Hennepy.
Well, gentlemen, this fight promises plenty. We've got 2 title holders here. Of course, Dale Westerman, the AAA, the AFF, which is the Australian full contact, and the ISKA super welterweight title holder. And also we have the Victorian welterweight title holder in Dean Keady.
Interesting enough, Rob, both boys lost their last fights only recently, so both boys are great fighters, so I'm sure they're here to make amends.
Well, this is a super welterweight fight tonight, and as the fight record shows from these 2 guys, 12 fights it is from Keady for 9 wins and 3 losses, also 12 from Westerman with 11 wins and 1 loss. Westerman it is with a better record, and certainly came into centre ring to a fanfare. And these 2 young fellows are a great exponent to the sport of kickboxing. Good physiques, good bodies. Oh, on the way down, I think I'll get him, but the referee, Mick Hannafy, steps in and says, thank you, boys. We'll just have a little bit of decorum. Westerman it is, doing the work.
Nice combinations by Westerman, both hands and feet.
Very good with his hands. The only fight he actually lost was when he went up to super middleweight. And finds the mark good left and right. That right hand stung and took the legs from underneath Keady on that occasion. But there was a right hand in there that came across and it was a chopping right hand that came down on Keady's chin, and it did a bit of damage. Keady content to stand back and kick and push. Westerman looking to do damage up underneath. Work underneath that thigh. Left hand. Got powerful hands. Spinning back. It doesn't find its mark. A bit untidy. Gets him in on the ropes. Trying to cover up. It is Keady. Westerman left and right to the body. Comes in with a left kick to the thigh. Now works on the right leg. Well, does the work with the right leg. Trying to take the legs from out underneath him. Good work. And the referee steps in. Keep the knees down. And Westerman very, very busy. Ooh, a good kick. Takes the legs from underneath him. And a little gingerly to the feet is Dean Keady.
Dean not able to settle into the fight.
Interesting having a look to Arthur Westerman at the moment, trying to work inside and take the legs out from under him as well.
I think Dale Westerman's a bit too strong for Dean Keady at the moment.
Well, Keady comes back with a good right hand, but needs plenty more of them. Here to his own corner. I'm having a look at his corner, telling him to cover up, keep out of trouble. The bell sounds. And Dale Westerman impressive in that first round. This is a 4-rounder.
Exquisite ladies and interactive products.
And Westerman, by my records, Tosca, I've always Well, I've seen 3 or 4 fights of Westerman's, and always has produced that left hook in devastating fashion. Tonight we haven't seen it too much. Both hands doing a lot of damage.
Well, he's working a lot. He's working a lot, and he's putting them together well. And I think Dean's come up at the super welterweight. He's not as strong as Dean is, because Dean fights the super welterweight and middleweight, and it's proving in the first round that he's overpowering him.
Dean Keady and Bryce. How would you say that? Brick whistle?
Burt whistle.
Burt whistle.
Seconds up.
Can't understand my own writing, Steve.
From Kicking Ass Jim.
Now, what's Westerman going to do in this second round? As I said, it's a 4-rounder. And Keady
Round 2.
is really going to have to keep busy, because I've been impressed with Westerman's leg work so far. The shins meet. And he's going to have to move around. Remind Keady. Try and catch Westerman off guard, because at the moment he's too strong. Just keeps walking up, marching in a right hand over the top, spinning back. He finds the groin. And Mick Canopy is asking Dean Keady whether he's okay. Can you continue? The answer is yes. Westerman in centre ring with the blue gloves. Out of the blue corner. Keady it is, moving around, as I said before. He's going to have to move to make Westerman try and chase him. Good hand, or good right hand over the top. I don't think there was too much damage done. That was took on the gloves, or taken on the gloves, and Keady losing a little bit of balance. Strong. As Tarsus Padritas said before, perhaps has the advantage of weight, as Dale Westerman. Keady making him move around, tries to size him up with the left hand, comes over the top, Keady with his left hand. Left hand finds its mark from Keady, but can't follow it up. Westerman just brute strength, tries to go after him, but slips on the rope. And referee, actually he's going to put a count on him. Well, I didn't see anything there, Steve. I don't know whether you did.
I didn't catch anything.
There wasn't too much damage for mine. I just thought when he put him to the neutral corner, I thought, hello, what's happened here? But
I thought he just bounced off the ropes.
2/3 of the way through this second round. Westerman in centre ring, tries to take the legs from underneath him again. Inside leg kick. Left and right combination. Not too much damage done. The right hand does there, finds Keady on the button. Left hand over the top, finds plenty of air. Trying to put some work in on him now. Keady's in trouble. Puts him back in the neutral corner and takes the legs from underneath him. And a little groggy, Dean Keady. And the bell saves him. And as he walks back to his corner, Doska just a little gingerly on the legs.
Yes, Dean. Dale Westerman's been working his legs a lot, and it's proven a major fact tonight that I don't think Dean shouldn't be in super welterweight, should go back down to welterweight.
I think you're right there, Tosca. It's twice now that he's been overpowered in his fights. He's normally more of a patient fighter and works for the full 3 or 4 rounds, depending on the length of the fight.
That's right.
Well, disappointing for Dean Keady, perhaps to find that a barrier tonight, but his trainer Dave Berry mentioned to me earlier on tonight, he's a good kid, a good trainer, and is dedicated to his sport and to his art. But tonight just finding the task a little bit tough against Dale Westerman. But as we said before, anything can happen in centre ring. It could be a 5, a 6, a 7 or a 10 rounder, and you can be in front 5 points by big margins and still turn around and lose the fight. Can Dean Keady do likewise? Can he come from behind? In my opinion, he is. Dale Westerman has control in centre ring. Again, working on those legs and trying to take them from underneath him, and does, and again Keady falls to the canvas. And plenty of welts behind the knees. Oh, good roundhouse kick, finds him on the way down. There's plenty of weight in those body punches being used here by Westerman. And I'll give Keady 10 out of 10 for guts and determination, just keeps bouncing up. But Westerman just too strong. Words of wisdom from referee Mick Canopy. Just try and stay on your feet.
Which is all he seems to be trying to do.
I think that's all he is trying to do. But He's still there, still standing. Westerman in centre ring, looking, find the mark. Finds a little short. Plenty of poise and balance. Good thudding right hand over the top, left and right combination. Now has him back on the ropes. Keady trying to do some work underneath. But it's Westerman who actually takes the legs from underneath him. And Mick Gunnaby giving him a reprimand there because it was more of the knee than the kick.
Mick was actually saying to him that he's tripped him rather than kicked him, so there are no tripping allowed here. It's not tie boxing.
No I was just about to say, no tie rules tonight. Left hand of Westerman on the gloves. Again tries to take the legs out of Keady. He's still upright. Keady just a little bit short of the mark. And to me, just starting to get a little tight in those arms. And every reason to, too. As Westerman puts him into the neutral corner above our commentary position here at the World Congress Centre here in Melbourne, Victoria. Spinning back, it falls a long way short. Well, Keady makes his way back to his own corner, still very gingerly on the legs.
I think, Rob, that the fight spirit seems to be taken out of Dean. He seems to be just trying to survive there rather than actually win the fight.
Yep. Just keep an eye, sorry Tosca, just keep an eye over there in that neutral corner, and the referee's going over there asking Dave Berry whether, because he's taken some punishment.
He's taken too much punishment on the front leg, and I don't think he can stand on the front left leg. So
that's okay. I was just about to say he's showing a lot of heart, but
I don't think he'll come out to me.
No.
Yes, his corner has said no. And I think, unfortunately, Howard's missed it. The corners have turned around and called it quits from Dean Keady. But 10 out of 10 for guts and determination, but just overpowered.
Dean Keady.
Easy said and done, Howard. He's a little bit ginger in the legs, but...
Okay, come on. Shin was buggered, okay? Showed a lot of fortitude, didn't he? Dean Keady, a very accomplished gloveman.
Well, Dale Westerman now takes his record to 1 loss, as I said before. Only came when he went up to super middleweight. And very, very shortly, Howard Lee, I dare say, will have a chat. Impressed by him, Tosser?
yes, I am. He's very strong. Anyone in the super welterweight division can rule. He beat a stablemate of mine, George Dimitri.
Well, Tarsus Pedridis has big raps on Dale Westerman. Steve, how do you sum him up?
I think he's improving with each fight. He's obviously got some. He's very good with his hands, and as getting better and better. So I think we're going to see a lot out of Dale Westerman over the ensuing months. It's interesting you say, or in that division right now.
Dale, triple champion. Good on you.